Good morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market view. Indian markets yesterday had a very stupendous bit of rally with Sensex putting on over 300 points gain and Nifty put on almost 100 points gain. This was after news and reports that EU had presented the third bailout package to Greece, and post approval by the Greece Parliament, deal may go through. However, this is subject to approval by the Parliament, so one has to clearly wait and watch what exactly happens there. Even the global markets on the back of this news had a sharp bit of rally. The US market Dow put on over 1% gain and closed up by 217 points. Nasdaq was up by about 73 points. S&P put on about 23 points gain. And even the Asian markets, given the overall cues both from the US as well as the European markets, are trading up. However, Hang Seng is down a little bit in the early trades. Singapore Nifty is indicating a flattish kind of an opening in the early morning. If you look at the flows yesterday, FIIs were buyers of 528 crore in the cash market. They bought minor index future of 15 crore, whereas DIIs were seller yesterday to the tune of 172 crores. Now, given this overall backdrop and the focus now shifts back to the US market for the short term, because tomorrow we have Janet Yellen, which will testify in terms of the overall view that was taken in the last Fed meet. After this flattish kind of an opening, how Nifty is likely to react? Let's have a view from our derivatives desk.
Good morning friends, we'll give an analysis on derivatives. In yesterday's market, we have seen Nifty opening up with a positive bias in line with the positive cues from the international markets, and has seen Nifty remain strong throughout the day with a positive breath. And later on in the mid-afternoon, we have seen with positive news from Greece getting bailout package and also not going out of the euro boosted the market sentiments, due to which we have seen a sharp upside in Nifty in post mid part of the day. And we have seen eventually Nifty closing with a 1% gain at 8481.95. We have seen a participation from most of all these sectors, where all of these sectors closed in the positive gains. On the open interest front, we have seen around 7% which was quite decent enough. 7% was added in open interest in Nifty. That is around 14.5 lakh shares were added in open interest. Due to which, if you see, the cost of carry was also quite healthy of around 5.5%, indicating good amount of long positions was been added in yesterday's trade by market participants. While put call ratio, in line with the market going up, we have seen a put call ratio also increasing by only 1 basis point from 1.05 to 1.06 levels, and volatility index cooling off a bit by around 4 or 5 odd percentage at 16.27 levels. Now, on the options activity, till yesterday we have seen 8,400 call option was highest in terms of open interest, but post announcement of Greece getting bailout package and not leaving euro, we have seen Nifty going above 8,400 levels convincingly, and due to which we have seen a sharp reduction in 8,400 strike price call option of around 19% was reduced in open interest, indicating short covering was observed in 8,400 strike price. And majority of the build-up is now shifted to 8,500 strike price, which is now the highest in terms of open interest, with around 48 lakh shares in it, and has seen an addition of around 3.5% in yesterday's trade. While in put option, interestingly, the position have now been getting shift from the lower strike price to the higher strike price. 7,900 was the highest in terms of open interest, but due to the sharp upside, we have seen 8,300 has now become the highest in terms of open interest. And in yesterday's trade, we have seen a build-up of around 13 odd percentage, and it is highest in terms of open interest with around 55 lakh shares in it, while 8,400 strike price has also seen a healthy build-up of around 28 odd percentage in yesterday's trade. There is only one securities in ban period for today's trade, that is Ampeg Auto. On FIS terms, they have been quite, they were not so active in index futures. They were just buyers of around 15 odd crores only. While in index options, they were net sellers of 457 odd crores, and stock futures, they were net sellers of 672 odd crores, and stock options net sellers of 66 odd crores in yesterday's trade. Our 5 days VWAP stands at 8,400 with a lower range at 8,400 and higher range at 8,600. 8,000 we have seen in yesterday's trade. After crossing the VWAP level of around 842030, we have seen a sharp upside in Nifty. And in today's trade also, the VWAP level of 8,400 would be quite crucial to watch out for and could act as a crucial support. SGX Nifty is trading positive by around 1 points. It's bit on the flattish note, and it's trading at 8487.50, indicating some kind of flattish opening can be expected in today's trade. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let's look at the trading ideas for the day. First one being Dr. Reddy's. Now, Dr. Reddy's yesterday launched memantine hydrochloric, which is generic version of the Nemanda in US. This has a overall market size of about $1.4 billion. So, as such, it's a positive news for Dr. Reddy's, and one can long Dr. Reddy with stop loss of 3720 for potential upside of 3810. GMR, as per media reports, is in race to pick up a 5 airport project in Philippines with investment value of over $2.4 billion. These PPP projects would involve development, operation and maintenance of the 5 airports. One can long GMR with stop loss of 14 for potential upside of 16. Nalco may soon get composite license for Pottangi mines. Now the Pottangi mines has bauxite reserves and is understood to have deposits of over 75 million tons. So again, positive news for Nalco, and one can long Nalco with stop loss of 37.5 for potential upside of 41. Moody's has changed its overall outlook on the steel industry from stable to negative. This is due to the declining profits as well as the growing supply glut. This is negative news for the overall steel sector and could have a sentimentally negative news on Tata Steel. So one can short Tata Steel with stop loss of 291 for potential downside of 274. Moving on to important news update, we have WPI inflation, which will be announced today at about 12 Indian Standard Time. The expectation is negative 2.2 versus prior reading of minus 2.36. JSW Steel. Yesterday we had crude supply production data which came in. The production data came in at 3.4 million tons versus 3.1 million tons, up about 10% YOY. While the flat steel production came in flat at about 2.5 million tons versus 2.43 million tons YOY. HCL Tech enters into asset purchase agreement with TriStat. We also had TCS, which announced a premier partnership for marketing with Adobe for digital marketing solution. SL Propack yesterday divests Packaging India to Amcor Flexibles India. RCF has signed a pact with state concerned Turkmenia for urea supply. This would begin from 2015 to 18 period. Now Zephyr backed Pennar Engineering Buildware gets SEBI approval for IPO. This is part of the Pennar industry. NIIT Limited MOU signed between ministry and the company, which will address the industry's need for skilled development resources. Yesterday CPI inflation came in. The inflation stood at about 5.4% versus 5.01. The uptick in inflation was primarily due to an uptick in the food inflation, which increased to 5.48% from 4.8% month on month. BPCL has launched a project for low-cost debottlenecking of its existing facility and to enhance its current capacity by 30%. The capacity would be raised to about 7.8 MMTPA over the next 3 years in the Bina refinery. Now this Bina refinery is a joint venture between BPCL and Oman Oil. Den Network gets FIPB approval for investment proposal. Sun Pharma yesterday, as per media reports, has received a US FDA observation on compliance in company's Ahmednagar unit. We had Civil Aviation Ministry, which is back to square one for the 520 proposal, as most of the committee members unanimously opposed the rule by industry. Titagar Wagon is likely to allot up to 1.51 crore shares worth about 150 crore to QIBs. Moving on to the watch list that we have for the day, stock with positive bias, we have Oil India, Crompton Greaves and Indian Overseas Bank. Stock which one can short from intraday trading perspective, we have CESC, ONGC and Arvind. Now stocks from long-term investment, we have Aditya Birla Nuvo, Glenmark, HDFC Bank, Reliance Industry and TCS. Whereas important results for the day, we have DCB, which will announce its numbers today. The expectation there is about 42.3 crore in terms of the PAT. That's it we have in today's session. Thank you.